The opinions expressed on the following audio program are solely those of the host and the guests. Burner Podcast is an independently produced, not-for-profit show and is not associated with the Burning Man organization or its subsidiaries. The views expressed are not representative of the entire Burning Man community and are presented here for entertainment purposes only. In short, calm the fuck down. It's just a podcast.
All right, hey, it's episode number 152, and it is 51 days till the man burns as of this particular recording, this one you're listening to right now. Okay, right up front, we've got another extremely, very unusual episode today. Important warning. If you are sensitive to sound and audio stimuli, the primary segment of this episode after this intro does have some very questionable audio quality, as it was recorded with not the very best equipment in a very loud and chaotic environment with like nothing but wood paneling at Burning Man. We did our best to clean it up, but just a heads up, I don't know if you listen to this podcast on your headphones or, house stereo, just something to be aware of. Typically on this show, I'll talk for like 5 minutes here in the intro, and then you hear the intro music, and then we do an interview. But today's going to be a weird one. I'm going to talk right now for like probably 15-ish minutes, I think. So kick back, hang out with me for a little story time. I want to share with you how we ended up with this very atypical and unexpected episode of Burner Podcast that you're listening to right meow, this one. An episode which has been 8 years in the making. So all the way back in episode 150, which was a whole 2 episodes ago, I did that special 10-year anniversary show, which was the first and only time I'd done a fully scripted episode. It was an audio memoir of my personal journey with this podcast. And I was committed to getting back on track with our traditional format, which is typically a profound conversation with incredibly fascinating and passionate burners doing amazing shit, interjected with various interludes of snark and just the right amount of hippie bullshit. And then often, but not always, topped off by some fat beats to which one might shake one's booty. Basically a burn. For episode 151, we did get back to form with that amazing interview with 2024 Temple lead artist Glitter Kitty, which I'm still fawning over and floating from. And after wrapping that one in the Bay Area, I popped over to Reno for a couple of days to hang out with Super Suze, the host of Into the Fire podcast. And I was fully intending to knock out episode 152 in Reno, as there are a ton of Black Rock City residents camped there while in the default world. But due to a series of events, I ended up needing to hit the road sooner. And on my drive back south, I was chatting with a couple of our show's contributing producers and editors to see whom we could book for number 52, either in Las Vegas or in Southern California, somewhere. But nothing was quite formulating. This all becomes interesting, I swear. Telephone tag was happening. Potential guests and I kept missing each other in various cities. It was as if the universe was like, nah, but you don't get to do this episode. So after a while, I just kind of like let it go. And I asked the universe, or whatever you want to call it. I was like, yo, universe, the fuck? If you're blocking all my efforts to make this episode, what do you think I should do for episode number 152? And she answered in exactly that weird ass what the fuck kind of way she always does. Within like 48 hours of my asking, I was out on one of my long ass daily walks, and at some point I took out my phone from my pocket to like change the song or something. And I see that the screen is on. But like, not only is it on, my phone has somehow navigated through multiple screens, which I never go through, in order to arrive at a folder on my iCloud, which is filled with audio recordings from Burning Man 2016. What the fuck? I just like stood there for a couple of minutes staring at my phone in total confusion because I couldn't figure out what I was looking at. That's how long it had been, because I'd completely forgotten even having these recordings, much less where they might have been stored, even if I did. And then I laughed and I was like, okay, I guess this is supposed to be episode 152, the accidental Burning Man 2016 time capsule. So let me give you some context. In 2016, the Burner Podcast team was the biggest it had ever been. We had multiple members working on various spin-off podcasts and physical events and projects and stuff. Enter the talented young architect, Ramiro Martinez Jr. You may have seen Ramiro's big splash at Burning Man 2019. It was a project called Traversing Through Dust, aka the Dusty Bridge, which was a collaboration with the Math Collective, all of these folks being out of San Diego. The bridge was a big project near Esplanade. It had a lot of eyes on it. But before that, in 2016, Roehr had collaborated with the Burner Podcast team and moi for a much smaller piece entitled Cabina Exuro. Cabina Exuro was on the outside, let's see if I can say this, a triambic icosahedron sculpture, which I swear is just fancy talk for burnery looking Black Rock City bullshit. It was this 3D printed and made with like laser cut wood panels. It had LEDs. It really was beautifully designed and crafted. A lot of our San Diego friends contributed to the build, as burners do. So on the outside, it was that. It was this cool looking structure. Then if you got closer up to it, there was this big on-air sign, like a radio sign, signifying that there is recording happening inside. When participants stepped inside, they could close the door behind them, and now they were transported into this 1950s radio booth, much of which was crafted by my ex-roommate and the multi-talented theater geek Little Bear. So then the participant who just got inside would sit down, and there was this iPad which gave them some prompts to select from, which I'd written. And it was also, of course, gave the participants an explanation that their voices would be used in some future Burner Podcast project, either on a future episode or simply released on SoundCloud. All of this was written in there as people were choosing to hit record. I wasn't sure at that time what we were going to do with the recordings. Back then, this show that you're listening to was on a twice a month release schedule, and there was a whole lot of sprinting to meet like drop dates of the show, which I obviously don't do anymore in favor of spending more time on individual episodes. But it was a lot to handle, so we didn't know what we were going to do. And Cabina Exuro, of course, just barely gets pulled together before we have to leave for the playa that year. The usual. Every artist is all too annoyingly familiar with that final week in the default before Burning Man has somehow suddenly crept up on you, and you're like, fuck, I haven't even packed yet. And you just start like tossing components of the piece out the window and start just zip tying and duct taping shit together. Not a whole ton of what happened, of that actually happened with the physical project. We didn't toss too much out. But that final sprint did affect one of the very important parts of this execution, and that was the audio quality, I think. Additionally, as the burn was approaching, Burning Man's art department was digging the project and asked if we'd want to have Cabina Exuro placed at one of the roundabouts in a sector on the opposite side of the city from where we would be camping. It would have been a very visible spot, which was a massive honor, and it really would have been better for the project. But we had to, it was very difficult, but we had to respectfully decline. We discussed it and we decided to accept the invitation from our friends over at Perky Parts to install the piece at their camp. They really just gave a lot of support to it. They helped us in getting the project there. I mean, we really felt like loved and taken care of. So we chose that, and we're like, all right, it'll be closer to where we're camped as well. Perky Parts that year was villaging with Playground. So you might know Playground. That's Carl Cox's like big ass sound camp. So instead of this like quiet little side street that we'd envisioned this recording studio living in, now it would be all the way on the 9 o'clock side of this. Wait, no, was it 2? 2 o'clock side. It's all the way at the end of the fucking city, smack in the middle of the big sound. Exactly where you want a recording studio to be. So not only did that mean that we had way more sound distortion, it meant we also got a lot more partiers stumbling into this thing and recording some hilarious and insane nonsense. But hey, that's fucking Burning Man. The recordings, when listened all together, were nothing if not an accurate representation of the population of Black Rock City, as you will very soon hear. When presented with the prompts, some folks got it right away and went super deep. Some felt like dropping into a casual conversation in Black Rock City. Some are people just like riffing off of each other and improvising, which is great. Of course, while all of these recordings are happening, we were all off having, our team was out having just the most amazing Burning Man ever with zero idea of what was happening at the booth. We just kind of check in on her every once in a while to see if anyone had fucked or shat in it. So we were quite grateful to discover no evidence of the latter and a little disappointed to discover little evidence of the former. Anyway, by the time that Burning Man ended, there were some shifts in our group dynamics, which I'm not going to get into here because they're not all my stories to tell. This only matters because it gives some more context as to why afterwards we all struggled with how we would pull off an episode about Cabina Exuro. We went back to the default world and, life is happening and we're going back and forth on how to present these recordings and how we might edit them, trying to figure out if this is a podcast or if it's all going to SoundCloud. Would we do this as a group or would I be interviewing somebody? We just couldn't quite figure out what to do with all this audio. So the files just sat there. And time passed. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. People moved on to other projects. Flings happened and relationships changed. Life moved on. And these recordings, they all got lost on our backup files in the cloud. Until now. Jump forward to 2024 and me walking the streets of Las Vegas and asking the universe what our next episode is supposed to be, and up pops this folder. Inside of another folder, I shit you not, inside of another folder, on my backup iCloud, tucked away in an archive of old files, which my phone connected to through the Apple Files app, which, by the way, I never use and never even look at. It's not even on my home screen. Like all the things that had happened in my pocket for that app to pop up and go through those series of folders and end up here. Fucking wild. I love it. So I kind of got to hearing these now for the first time-ish. At some point after Burning Man 2016, we did skim through these recordings, but I have no memory of actually doing this. A whole lot of them were totally and completely unusable because you're hearing the thump, thump, thump of the sound camps on the outside. Since we were in the middle of the super party hardy zone of Black Rock City, some people are totally zonked out and saying bizarre, nonsensical shit. Which, let me clarify, by the way, was not at all a deal breaker about whether or not they'd be included in today's episode. Then we had a few who were just screaming into the microphone unnecessarily, so those ended up on the cutting room floor quite easily. While working on this episode, I remembered that one of the multiple reasons we didn't do this sooner was because we were stressing out about the audio quality. But today, I'm actually kind of thankful that for all the shit recordings, because it actually helped with the editing process. The show just created itself. I didn't have to make as many decisions. So thanks, assholes who kept screaming into the mic. Okay, so how did the time capsule segment of the show get made? How did I make decisions on what you get to hear? Well, I'd written some prompts for people, which they could choose before hitting record. Subjects which, if you're a regular listener of this show, you'll immediately recognize as ones that I'm pretty obsessed with. Like, is Burning Man a religion? that kind of stuff. In the past couple of weeks, I tried listening to some and seeing if I could group some of the recordings together into themes, which immediately became a Herculean task. So then I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm overcomplicating this. So I just dropped the recordings in and let them randomize on their own. I kind of played with them and allowed them to flow in whichever direction they wanted. And I took them in as much the same way as you will right now listen to this. As you're going to listen to this segment, it's the same way that I kind of listened to it. It's the same way they came together. You may find your own connections in the themes. Some recordings were reasonably legible for a couple of minutes, and then the sound suddenly just completely went off. Some made some sense, and then the DJ at Camp ? Dropped some like super bassy beat, which rattled the walls of the booth so hard that it became unlistenable. If my ear hurt from listening to it, I just hit delete on the track. Like, that's how it happened. I just kind of went with it. So that's why you'll hear sentences like stop in the middle. Some of them just run out because the recorder's going for like 3 minutes and it just ended in the middle of somebody's sentence. If the sentence is completed, I left them in there. If it was making sense, it was in there. I let the recordings kind of decide for themselves where the edits would be. And I think something interesting and special happened when hearing all these voices mixed intuitively and without any theme structures. I think it became a rather accurate portrait of burners at Burning Man. Profound, ridiculous, passionate, silly, playful, heartwarming, ridiculous, brilliant, courageous, a shit show, vulnerable, messy. It is a time capsule of Burning Man 2016, but honestly, if I told you that these were from any other year, you might not even be able to tell the difference. I'm putting in the tapes as we speak, and you and I are gonna take a little time travel journey all the way back to the before times together. Today's episode is entitled A Burning Man 2016 Time Capsule. I go by Mister Arash, even though nobody calls me Mister. Welcome to Burner Podcast.
On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rain. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no name.
Hey, this is a test. We want to see how Cabina Exuro is recording. The door is open. Music is on outside the playa. And that's about all I got right now.
Dicks out for Harambe.
42 is absolutely the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So why you would say I can't choose that as an answer? Pretty disappointing.
And off you go.
I'll start doing this thing.
Oh, cool. So will someone be sitting in there and someone sitting out here as well, or not?
No, that's
stays like that.
empty, yeah.
So those records, were they?
This would be our, I guess, what is it? Sunday at 2:30 a.m. And we just got off an art car that was really awesome after the castle burn.
Lots of live DJs and extraordinary DJs with crazy intense visuals.
Hi, Hi, my name is Angel, and I'm from San Francisco. I would bring my youngest sister, Erin, to the burn because I think it would really open her up and teach her how to fully love herself.
My name is Nastytron. I would bring one of my best friends, the Tunico Man. I've invited him many times. It never seems to work for him. It's kind of like he doesn't make it a priority. And I think he doesn't know what he's missing, even though I've tried really hard to explain what this place is. And I know that it would really impact him if he came. He's a brilliant guy. He's open-minded. We've had so many wonderful experiences together. And this is an experience that, of all my friends who haven't been, he's the one I think of the most and the one that would help him find strength to be a little more, I don't know, a little more something, for sure.
Yeah, and I think for Erin, I think it would totally push her comfort zones, but in ways that need to be pushed, and have her open up and see different parts of the world, people, what community and love can be. It's beautiful. Should we move on to the next question?
Okay, what's the other
When was your first breakdown at Burning Man? I'll go quick. Mine was when I came for the first time in 2014. I was trying really hard to do it right, and we did a whole few days of building at a camp up, and it was great, but I was like exhausted and like trying my hardest to like know what I was doing. And Dan and I biked out to Deep Playa, and one of my LED bike lights flew off, and I just lost it. I was sobbing, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. What am I doing here? I need this. And it was just such a good meltdown to start peeling off the layers.
My most significant breakdown at Burning Man was, I think, in 2013. I remember it was the one where the man was on like a flying saucer. And the previous year I had so much fun at Burning Man. And so I think that was like my third burn the previous year. So this was getting ready for my fourth burn. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I got it all figured out. I know how to do all this. And I got to Burning Man, and it just wasn't what I wanted. And I saw a quote on the man that said, not everyone gets the burn they want, but everyone gets the burn
Hey, talk. Oh. Hi. Hello. Say, my name is Love, and tell them a story. My name is Love. Yeah, you tell them the story. I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to tell them a story. Okay, it's Annie and Love, and we came to Burning Man, and she's come to Burning Man for 4 years, even though she's only 3 years old. She was actually in my belly when we came to Burning Man. And now, she's a big girl. She's 3 years old. She can walk around by herself. She doesn't wear diapers anymore. And she wears glasses shaped like hearts and sparkly princess tutus. And she has a Band-Aid on her finger that has little birds on it. Have a great burn. We love you. Bye.
This is Ashley Dawn. I'm from Sedona, Arizona. This is my first burn. I'm 28 years old. Is Burning Man a religion? It's tough to say. Being someone who grew up in a very strong religious culture, I grew up LDS, Mormon. Religion is tricky because it oftentimes just starts as community. I didn't know that I was a part of a religion until I was probably about 6 years old, and somebody asked me, a kid in my class asked me if I was one of those M&Ms who go around knocking on doors and asking for money, and I wasn't sure what that meant, and asked my mother, and she said, no, we're Mormon. And then this story started unfolding over time of, oh, I belong to this group of people. This wasn't just a thing that I did for enjoyment, singing and getting together and getting dressed up, and it became more and more limiting the more I was aware that it was a religion, and what that word meant, and I still don't really know fully what that means. To me, religion is organized spirituality to some degree, but organized in the way where there's structure and rules and limitations, and where it's meant to be the same spiritual experience for everybody to some degree, and if you move outside of that, then it's a little bit scary for everyone else. So is Burning Man a religion? This being my first burn, and that was a question that was on my mind coming to Burning Man, and sort of a fearful question, am I stepping into something that is, I guess, to some degree kind of like a trap, or not a trap, but a trap, maybe not with intent to be a trap, but someplace that I'm going to step into and stay and not move forward from, that instead of it being a platform, it would hold me there. And my experience so far is that no, Burning Man is not a religion. Burning Man is it's like a sacred space that's being held for all people of all kinds to have whatever experience they've been needing, longing for.
My name is Kashmir Ivory Delane on the Playa. I was supposed to come here in 2011 with my husband, and I was short-stopped by thinking I had an ear infection. I went to the doctor and found out very quickly that I had a massive frontal lobe brain tumor that had to be taken out immediately. I missed that burn and forced my husband to go because I felt like he needed to go to the burn and be at the temple. A couple years later, in 2014, I was healed and ready to go. We went and I found the temple, and in the temple, I let go of many things I needed to. I've also found friends here, and I found that everybody is the same and different, and it's okay. And this is my second year, and I'm finding the same exact thing. Burning Man saved my life. My husband saved my life by asking me to do one thing, and that was just to go in the desert and experience life with him. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever alive because of this experience. And as much as I can, I'll just keep coming back. Thank you.
Do it!
Dude, 3 minutes of recording.
We're doing it!
I already did it, we're recording.
Okay. Oh, shit. Wasn't prepared.
Oh! What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Dude, I got peer pressure in here. What is this?
Oh, man.
I hope this is not live.
I mean, it's recording, so that would indicate it is not live. Yeah, because it's recording.
So it's not recording live?
No, it's recording, but live is like when you play it.
Where does it go?
It's being saved somewhere.
Like where?
I don't know.
Why can't we sit in there instead of here?
That's the museum bit.
Oh. Let's go.
away old papers.
Let's get it. Oh, look at the records. They're melting.
But we still have 2 minutes of record time.
Dude, I don't know. We're just talking. No one's gonna hear it. Look at the records. They're melting.
Someone who... Oh, shit, they are. Someone's gonna listen to it.
What's the time?
I mean, on.
Let's get drink. Thanks, recorder. I don't know.
Sorry about the next 2 minutes of dead air.
We have 3 minutes. We're recording.
We didn't read the instructions.
It doesn't matter. Just speak. What's up, guys?
What's up? This is a really cool art project. Thank you for bringing it out. Not good at this, being put on the spot, but this is a magical place that you find recording booths like this and get to record your story. But I don't have one right now. Ta-da!
Hi, I'm Dave. This is my first burn.
I'm Jess. This is my second burn. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. We've seen amazing stuff. There's the stuff people have put together is incredible, and we've had lots and lots of really good adventures.
So much to experience here. And we'll definitely come back. We're Burning Man.
Oh, it keeps going forever. Do you have anything else you want to tell them?
What would you like to know? Ask me a question.
I don't know any of the answers.
I've got the answers.
What's been your favourite moment so far?
Favourite moment was watching the DJ sing last night at Roehr.
It's really good. We got there a couple of hours before the sun came up, and the dude that came on was DJing and singing at the same time while the sun rose.
He did like a 2-hour set, or maybe 3-hour set, but he sang the whole time. Every time I looked up, I'm like, wow, he's still singing.
Finnish?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm going to say European. He was really, really good. He was, the crowd loved it.
Yeah, he played some good tunes.
The sunrise was beautiful. It was 1 billion degrees on the walk home. But on the walk home, we got shots of bourbon and grilled bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which was amazing. We lined up for crepes, but then their music stopped, so we left.
I know, killed the vibe. All of a sudden it was dead, so we're like, alright, let's go.
Then we ate a handful of bacon and a banana and watched the world go by from the couch until about midday. It was a delight.
Yeah, we had a pretty relaxing day today. It's quite nice.
Yeah, well, even today we've gone, once we had a little snooze around midday, we visited the temple, which is incredible. It's so many people have put so much into their messages there. It's very emotional. We went and saw the man, and we built some art out of junk.
Having a little art piece to take home with us.
Turns out we missed our calling. We should have been sculptors.
It's not too late.
And who knows what skills we're going to uncover in the next couple of days.
Plenty more to discover.
All right, well, thanks for having us in the booth.
You still got like 40 seconds left.
Yeah, but they can edit it out.
Is that a rub?
I think they can edit it out. I'm sure they're not going to put this horrible raw audio straight on the internet.
Thanks, Burning Man.
My name is Dumpster Dick, and this is my 5th burn. What I want to release is this idea that I'm part of something different, which is actually just the same bullshit, bureaucracy and fucking rules and bullshit. Burning Man is bullshit. B. Harvey is bullshit, or whatever the fuck his name is. Whoever runs this shit is an asshole. And all these rules and regulations are ridiculous. I don't come here to be told what to do. I come here to do whatever the fuck I want. So, that being said, you guys need to cut out the bureaucracy, it's a model of current capitalist society. Oh, don't make it commercial. Oh, don't buy this. Oh, self-sufficient. Oh, bullshit. Buy shit from China. Create more trash. Leave it all on the playa. Don't give a fuck about nothing. All of you are a bunch of privileged white people who don't give a fuck about anything. Fuck Bernie Man. Fuck you. I'm done. I quit. Shit sucks.
Hello, my name is Eric. This is my second burn. I am hailing from, at the moment, the small town of Driggs, Idaho. And how do you know when you're really in love? I think that you know when you're really in love when you don't mind letting someone watch you poop.
So, I don't know what the prompts are because we went too far through the list.
We're at Burning Man 2016.
And we can't find the music we want.
We're looking for the Prince show tonight.
We found the location, and everybody's stoned and laying on the floor instead of playing Prince.
And now passing over to our resident hubby.
I'm Hubby.
Hi Hubby, how are you?
I'm tired from all the working with the fire and the people.
Hubby, tell us about the project you've been involved with.
Well, we brought a new project to the playa this year. It's an honoraria project. It's 4 giant dicks sticking out of the playa.
Woo! Playa dicks!
Playa dicks. And it's been very well received. People love getting inside our dicks. But, it was the culmination of months and months of dick work.
So, Hubby, would you say this is a good example of forced feminization on the playa?
More like forced masculinization.
I think it could go either way depending on how you interpret it. I mean, art is open to interpretation on the part of the viewer in general.
So what you're saying is they might not be dicks after all.
They might not be dicks, but they might be dicks. It's really hard to say. They're very dick-like, up to and including shooting things out of the ends. But
and who's responsible for that?
I did do the shooting part.
Do you have some protection, or is it all?
No, we try to keep it all out of reach. There's no protection required. And at least so far, nobody has been injured by the stuff shooting them in the face.
So what you're saying is still there's a good chance of pregnancies occurring on the playa?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know a lot of people have fucked in our dicks because they've told me about it after the fact, which I didn't need to know. But I'm glad they're enjoying the art, and I'm glad they're enjoying our dicks. And fucking upon them.
Hubby, this is an exciting project. Thanks for sharing that with our listeners. And hope you have a great burn. And now we just want to pass a final message.
In 5 seconds.
Happy Burning Man!
Happy birthday!
Shit, I never read any of that. Awkward. I think I saw something that said DMT. Well, I used to smoke. I smoke it and I put it up my bum hole. I often eyeball it as well. Basically, get that DMT in my entire fecal matter, put it in a condom, freeze it, and fuck it in my ass. I fucking love DMT. Oh my god, how's it changed my world? Oh, how's it changed the community? What community? What did I read just then? I don't know anymore. What I do know is the voice in my head, the voice of change, the voice of DMT himself. Dennis, yes, I can hear you. Mark, yes. Thomas, oh, they're all there.
You guys, I just want to say this burn has been super stupid because no one's as hot as me and it's really dirty. But I didn't get to wear all my outfits. But I will say I love Burning Man because outfits, and I really learned to let go of nothing. I'm gonna collect more stuff because I'm super better at burning than all of you.
I just realized I wanted to collect more and more things.
I get what Burning Man is about. It's about my burning bush.
But I do think happiness is part of the meaning of life.
What do you think the meaning of life is, Ramon?
I read an interesting article I liked, and the guy describes it as your life is like a string of Polaroid pictures. And so like each memorable moment is a new Polaroid you add on to the string. And so like at the end of the life you have a string of these Polaroids. So I think I like his conception of the meaning of life is that you're supposed to add memorable Polaroids to your kind of string of life.
Deep metaphor.
Yeah.
Let's take a second and think about that.
What do you think about the meaning of life?
What do I think about the meaning of life? Very good question.
Did you?
I think the meaning of life is to be alive. I'm a pretty practical person. There isn't really much meaning, but you do what you do.
So do you think there's an ultimate reason you exist?
Coincidence?
Coincidence?
Pretty much. I mean, what are the chances you are you know?
What do you think?
I don't think about this often. So.
See, I think there has to be something greater.
Well, we're wrapping up here with 43 seconds to go. Any final closing thoughts on the meaning of life?
It's just getting really hot in here.
It is very toasty in
yes.
here.
I think we should
All right.
I just need to open the door.
Yeah, okay.
I'm stuck.
So the question is there a God?
Is there a God?
If there's a God.
Is there a God?
Do you guys think there's a God?
Well, there's different types of God. There's this God of, like, the Big Bang Theory, the God of the universe, the God for all different religions.
That's true.
Everyone believes in God. I believe in science. Science is my God.
Science is your God. How about you?
I believe we don't know.
You don't know?
We only know what is measurable, just like science.
No.
There's still a lot that we don't know.
I can say that.
So, I thought we were supposed to talk about burner stories. Things that happened to us on it.
Well, we're going to talk about burner stories. I went to the God booth, talked to God.
Yeah.
Years and years ago. And so I go in, and it was a female, right? Everyone goes in, it's a female. And the other guy is a female. So the guy goes in and comes out and hit a male. And we didn't know this, right? So we're talking about like, oh man, that goddess, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, my God was man. And we're like, well, my God's a woman. He's like, no, well, my God's a man. And he's like, no, my God's a woman. And we had this whole battle on it. So
I've always wondered how that camp works.
Oh yeah, it's a telephone that you answer at a different camp. And then they have a phone out somewhere in Playa. And so when you answer it, so there's the Play God camp, and then there's the Talk to God camp. So you just get a random person from the Playa.
That's funny. I've got another funny Playa story. One of the guys in our camp, I can't remember his name, but he went and did a shoot this morning. And the guy, before he went into the portal, he said, "Are you doing one or two, mate?" He goes, "No, I'm just doing two." So he goes, "I'll give you some toilet paper. This one's way better than the toilet paper in there." So in he goes. By the time he'd finished his shit, he was surrounded by 10 people going, "Did you enjoy it? Congratulations, did you enjoy your poop?" or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the best break ever.
I really enjoyed when they rolled the carpet out and like put up the lining.
Oh, snap. That would be fun.
And then they give you like high fives as you tunnel through. I came out of like a poop once and I was like, I'm amazing. Whoa, hello.
One of the interesting things that happened to me on this trip was a guy called me over and said, "Hey, take a picture in a photo booth." So I go in, I sit down, he says, "This is a special camera that the lens stays open so you can't move. When you hit the button, you have to wait a minute, or however long until the music stops."
So I hit the button, and I stayed very still. And then after the music stopped, they said, okay, now take your picture. And the picture slid through the card. And it was somebody had scribbled a face. It said, happy burn. Like, got me, guys.
That's
got
good.
Me.
That is really good.
Yeah, any other stories you guys want to share? Oh, it looks like we're out of time.
Sucking on my titties like you wanna me.
It's so sad, yeah. It's so sad. We've got 3 minutes.
Oh, it's
3 minutes to wait.
Just 3 minutes.
No, we've got recording stop. Things you can't do that.
What's 3 minutes?
It's this thing us.
Do you have some lyrics for us to go on?
Yeah, exactly. Give us something. You're leaking on me, by the way. As nice as that is.
Bad washing.
Oh, it's a good leak.
Oh, we got 39 seconds to go.
Hello, this is Jessica and
Mary
and
Justin.
And we're here to tell you the story about the day a helicopter crashed in front of a princess parade.
We melted at that point and were liquids just roaming around like puddles, side by side, still together.
And we decided that this roaming around in puddle form is super freaking boring. So we became clouds instead.
With a beautiful view beneath us, we floated around and pondered, what would it be like if we had met a lizard one day? But then we realized we were just clouds. And we don't do things like that.
Yeah, we don't meet wizards.
You have to say your name and stuff.
Hello, my name is Joshua Boyer. So, there was this one time at Burning Man where I built this art project. I was building the idea of being a core project from Florida, so I rallied all the support I could from Florida. Every bit I could. Got turned down for core. It's okay. I'm gonna put that shit up anyways. So then I bring it out here. I put it up. And something happens. My rigger blames an R car that ran over his rigging work. I blame it on the fact that I messed up. But anyways, our project ended up falling over on Tuesday night. I was supposed to burn it on Thursday night. That was kind of a shitty fucking situation. I'm not gonna lie. So what happened? I broke down. I was crying like a little bitch all night long. All night, all fucking day. But hey, I kept anybody from running that art project all night. I had fucking lights on it. I came out there with fucking flashlights. I scared everybody the fuck off. But it's cool. So the next morning, as I'm crying like a little bitch, a big group of my friends from Florida actually banded together and put it together. So, you know, all's well that ends well, you shit. You know, so, good on you, right?
Hello, my name is Jody, and I'm from Gig Harbor, Washington. This is the Da Vinci 2016 burn in Black Rock City, Nevada. And I don't know what you mean by what prompted took me here or whatever. Your booth is empty. It's early in the morning, Friday, when the weekend warriors show up. And I came here because my son John goes by Mimosa, lives in Vallejo, California, and has been involved with the Burning Man effort for the last 11 years. It's amazing to see this for me because I'm very disabled, and I asked to come to the disability camp, and they made space for only 25 people. And so everything in my world changed when I became disabled, because I started to see things in the most basic way about how can I get there, how can I just basically even survive. I caught a ride on an art car that made it possible for me to come here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen this booth, and I wouldn't have seen anything in the playa other than our camping space, since there was no accommodations for the disabled. Being disabled is such a big thing. It changes your whole life. You think about there would have been no way possible for me to see the art that's down here had I not been able to catch a ride on an art car. It's amazing to me that people can put this together, and how many people it takes to put even the smallest project together, let alone these big, huge projects. I'm very grateful to get to see something like this, and my time is over. So, thank you.
Hello, my name is Zephyr. This is my 5th burn, and I'm here to tell you about which comfort I miss most from the default world. And to tell you the answer to that, I'd have to tell you Bitcoin.
Mandy Stevens.
No. Oh, it's recording now.
Right now, Will.
Tori Massie.
Will Kaner.
Angeline Pyramid.
Present.
Techno Sphinx Burner Podcast.
Take 1.
Cabina Exuro. Words. Words are.
So I guess we just sit here and tell a story about what the prompts were, right? That's the idea?
There were so many
so what did
questions.
what did someone not tell you about Burning Man?
What did someone not tell you about Burning Man, Mandy?
That there'd be so much fucking dust.
No, we
Nobody told you that.
We told you that.
I told you
just kidding. Just kidding. JK,
I told you you'd be pooping dust for the next 3 weeks after this thing.
I know. Hey, it's my name.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Yeah, you're on there. Holy cow. You're on there and I am not.
Did you donate?
Well, I didn't.
I donated.
So what happens is
well, no, because I couldn't physically donate. I'm all about this. If I can't physically, then I'll do it monetarily. If I can't do it monetarily, then I'll do it physically.
Wow, you're there.
Yeah.
So story.
Did I forget to donate?
Go ahead.
This is Candace.
This is Shelby. We are from the living room at 715 and C, and this is our 3rd burn and our 3rd one together.
It's been nothing but magical and fun thus far.
It has been 3 years of total magic out here.
Smiles, giggles, enjoyability. Every year gets better and better.
We chose prop number 3. What's your synchronicity burn story, babe?
Synchronicity burn story. One night we were out at the trash fence, as deep as we could possibly be. We sat at a log cabin filled with Australians, and
Only 2 Australians.
yeah,
Filled with Australians.
and we said, hey, this is a great place to sit down and take a break. What do you know? 5 friends from our camp, first time we've seen them on the playa at all, just roll right up to hang out with us.
A little dark body on their parts, but we heard the voice and we knew immediately, and we hung out in that log cabin.
With justified Bronto, like it was his job.
Just like it was his job. King of LED lights, we knew he'd find his way out there. We also, so that was yours, babe. Mine is, we actually just met a nice girl here right at the White Ocean when we came to see Ramku. We're not so into the music stuff out here, we're more so into the art, but Ramku was amazing. And I had my very last gift left to give that I had worked hard and made out of butterfly wings, and it was my best one. And I met a girl, and it happened to be her birthday. And she was the perfect person that I wanted to give it to. And it was filled with butterfly wings and sapphire stones and water. And sapphire is also her birthstone. And it's her birthday. So that's my synchronicity story. We love podcasts, so we appreciate this.
Oh, I love a good
Tell
podcast.
Drunk Barbie or Drunk Beth.
Drunk Beth needs to hear about this one.
Drunk Beth needs to hear this one.
Drunk Beth is the
From
fucking best.
Third. We love you, Drunk Beth.
We love you, Drunk Beth.
It would be pretty synchronistic if Drunk Beth heard this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for this little shelter from the wind. It's pretty brutal out right now, and yeah, we appreciate it. Recording stops in 45. It says minutes, but I know it means seconds. All right, we're out of this joint. Thanks, podcast station.
Hello, my name is Marcus. This is my first burn. I don't have a play name yet, although some people call me Pancake. And I don't really know what else to say. My story? Here? I came here with the woman I love, and we broke up 4 days ago, but I still decided to come anyways because I was trying to force myself to grow and to be present and live in the moment. And it's been a really tough journey, but it's also been really beautiful. And she's standing right here, and it's, you know, bittersweet, but we're both doing our best. And I'm trying to let go of a lot of things that, you know, I was attached to. I was trying to plan and trying to make the best of it. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And yeah, that's about it.
Hi, I'm Martin. This is my 5th burn. I'm from San Diego, and the camp that I'm with is, or rather, my favorite camp to visit is the camp that I camp with, which is Uli Baba and the Horny Thieves, which I know sounds maybe a little bit lame, that my favorite one to visit is the camp that I've been camping with for my entire burn, but I have a good reason. I met the founder of Uli Baba's via Craigslist, and I was looking for a Burning Man camp at the time, and he introduced me to my girlfriend, and this being our 5th burn together, we just got engaged. So it has a very special place in my heart. And the people who camp there and the experiences that I've had with these people make it a very significant experience for me in my life. And I mean, they have cool events too. So I've had some of the most amazing events of Burning Man through this particular camp. And say what you might about the questionable nature of an event called a slave auction, but it is by far the best consistent way to have great new experiences with new people at Burning Man that I've found. It's just a really great way to bring people together and have some pretty unique new experiences, which I will not necessarily be sharing in detail right here at the moment. So yeah. I suppose meeting my fiance through a camp is probably a really good reason for it to be my favorite one, so I'll just stick with that in terms of the details. And looks like I have 52 seconds left, so I'm not exactly sure what's left to say, except that she was one of your interviewees on Burner Podcast about a year ago, and that was when she was running the camp, and so I don't need to tell you how awesome she is. All right. Cool. I hope this microphone works. There isn't really a lot of feedback for it. Just kill the next 25 seconds just to make sure that everything is good to go. come to Utopia this year. I'm building a really big art project. It's going to be pretty fucking awesome. Help the Cabini guys out. I actually made some parts that came to Burning Man this year with Cabina, so that's cool too. All right. Peace out.
Oh, hello. My name is Muson. I am from Los Angeles, California. This is my 7th burn, and I have chosen to do the prompt for how would I explain Burning Man to my mom. Well, if I were to put it into just a few words, it would be otherworldly, utopian visual experience. Now, all those words sound really conceptual, but I think they really encompass what Burning Man is all about, particularly to someone who's never been here. Of course, everyone says it's really hard to put into words, but the 5 words I chose really resemble the depth of what Burning Man is, especially if you come here to enjoy it in such a way where you release all of society's chains and release all of what you thought you knew about yourself. The Burning Man philosophy also is a tremendous guide to truly experiencing Burning Man in the way that it was originally intended by the creators. So when I try to explain this to my mom, the first thing that comes to mind is another planet. I mean, the cities come together once a year in a place where no one really lives. It's like a ghost town, except for maybe that 4th of July event and a few really random small events that occur here. It's a desolate place. And then one time a year, this extraordinary experience comes together. With the effort of so many people, it's like a mass consciousness. And for the most part, the mass consciousness happens in such a way that you manifest things so quickly. And if you really sit out and don't look at your watch and put away your cell phone and let the day take you as it does, you can really picture a couple things. It could be really simple things like, I need a back massage, or I feel like something cold and refreshing. Those things will occur in no time, like almost instantly, if you're not thinking about how instantly it should be. And that is my story to my mom.
I'm calling your bullshit on that.
The most daring place I had sex was in this booth right now. We have 2 minutes. You guys ready?
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh my god.
My name is Steve Schwartz. I live in San Diego, California, and this is my first Burning Man, my first burn, and I think that's what I wanted to talk about. I moved to California 10 months ago. My first day in California was Symbiosis Music Festival. I met a lovely doctor friend who's now one of my best friends that came visit me in the Healing Sanctuary where I was working with Specialized Technology, my custom vibroacoustic sound lounge. We became good buddies. He introduced me to another friend he met at Symbiosis and has a Soundlight Healing bus. Anyhow, since then, we've been going to festivals all year with the anticipation of coming, for the first time, all of us, to Burning Man together collectively with this Solistica Soundlight and Healing frequency bus and integrate it in with the Burning community. That's what we're doing. And we build a camp a sound light and frequency resonance chamber, and a healing pyramid. Not bad for a bunch of rookie burners. We're excited to come back next year, and even though we haven't been at Burning Man before, we are burners at the soul, and I'm so thankful that there is a place in a community like this for me to express myself and to receive downloads and expressions of other people's full expression also. Thank you.
So basically, alright guys, come here. So basically, my mum's overweight and I'm from London and I'm trying to get her thinner. Come on, it's recorded. You got a 3-minute message.
Oh,
say something.
The hairs on my vagina are a little bit longer than I want them to be.
We really need to correct that.
Yeah, we just straighten your vagina hairs out, girl. Straighten that shit out.
Oh, you Bella, you always talk. Come in here.
Hey, everybody.
Yo, what's up, Burner Podcast? Travmo here. I just wanted to drop in and say thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you guys joining us and putting this together for us. It turned out incredible. It means so much to everyone in our camp. And you guys have really stepped up and helped make us look like the brilliant people that we try to be. And I love you for it. Thank you.
What's your favorite, what do you miss from Babylon?
Oh, from Babylon? I miss nothing from Babylon, man. We're out here and we're far away from the default world, and we're just trying to get out here and just send it and receive it and then send it back, you know?
Send it back. Yeah, but down Babylon.
That's it, you know? Like every once in a while a gift may come in Babylon, you know, but, you know, it just seems like, I don't know, it's artificial or something. Out here it's real.
Everything we need is real and it's here.
Yeah.
Now, what is your favorite regional project?
So of a past event I can't even speak because this is my first one, so like, fuck man, like,
and now, talking about ponies, what can you tell me?
Sparkle ponies?
Sparkle ponies, go.
I don't know, let's hear your opinion on that one first.
Well, ponies, I've been living
You have
them.
more experience in that.
Yeah, I've been with ponies. Pretty nice animal, colorful, really kind.
Lively bunch.
Ponies, what?
Did they have ponies in Argentina? Is that when you grew up?
We have ponies, we send ponies. Yeah, but they're pretty fucked. Most of the time ponies are tough. They say you fuck because they have the...
You have to break ponies just like you break horses?
Imagine a pony is like a Smurf, how do you call it? Like a midget.
Oh, a midget, dwarf.
Okay?
Dwarf.
The dwarf has the feeling of like, I'm little.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like it so much. he doesn't like it. He's too little, you know?
Yeah.
Smurf, he's a bit...
So do they have like little tough guy pony attitude then? So they gotta like kind of live up to the big world?
I'm bigger, you know?
It's a
like
little asshole ponies.
He's like a chihuahua,
Yeah.
Ponies are kind of an asshole.
Like a little asshole chihuahua pony.
They're totally asshole, like heavy as fuck, but they're funny because when you run, if you fall so close to the ground, you just fall and the ponies, you know.
Short legs.
Short legs. They have like a, you know, like.
Not like a full horse gallop. They have little midget strides.
It's like a two-stroke motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just burning those short legs.
So maybe next year we can bring in the whole, you know, midget dwarf pony race.
Yeah.
And then we can all team up in short leg race and eat shit across the sand and tumble around and, you know. But anything without the tough guy attitude, then we're good.
Yeah. No tough guy attitude. Yeah. Send it. Thank you.
Oh, so anyways, this is Zappa from Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1 top blazer, Sender of the Year award. Second burner, Ripper, Beyond Blazer.
Yeah.
Send captain.
Back in the boys, we have our good friend, the sender, Tyler Finkelsinting from Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Artist, skater, sender, first time, enjoying.
Blessed, highly blessed.
Much
love.
love. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you. The best.
The person that I want to bring most to Burning Man is my sister, because she still lives in the same city where we grew up somehow. She works really hard, and I know she's a very artistic person, and I think having her come here would really broaden her perspective on everything and give her the opportunity to see that she didn't lose whatever artistic abilities that she has and could find a place to express herself openly and be able to feel free. So she's the one I would bring here because of that.
It's lovely. Yeah. I all of a sudden feel like I'm on an NPR radio station, but that was really beautiful, Christian. You know that actually it got me thinking too. I would actually that is because I've already brought my parents, but my sister would be the next person that I would want to bring as well. Yeah, definitely. How old is she? She is 30. My sister's 34.
I should be open to it.
Huh? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, my sister got pregnant when she was 17, and then had another child at 19. Yeah, and then just had another one a year ago. Oh. Yeah. And now has a boy on the way. Oh. Yeah. But I mean, my sister is such an inspiration for me. Creative. A lot of my taste and everything comes from my sister. She's the one who introduced me to everything that was cool, you know. And she still blows my mind, and so that's why I know it would just I don't know what would happen. To be quite honest, but it would definitely be good. Yeah. Yeah. How about you? You have 1 minute. Who would you want to bring? Most want to bring.
I'll bring my best friend, Daniel. And he would love this. Me and him, when we are at these things, that's actually one of the things that it's been an amazing day. One of the things I miss is having a co-pilot. Someone kind of what you gave me the last couple of hours, but someone or someone once to kind of take back on or lead. And Daniel is always the one who does it for me, and I does it for him. And we grew up in the same small town. We moved to Stockholm almost on the same year. We studied university, and he would love this.
So today is the day I'm figuring it all out.
Hey, how's it going? This is Vic. It's my second burn, and fuck, man, what this means to me. This means an absolute, I don't know, a rift in life. Just the ability to come out here and just share this crazy ass experience with so many people. It's liberating. I don't know. It's awesome, man. This place is amazing. Alright. I love you guys.
Hi. Someone's actually calling me already.
Yeah, I'm in here. So I'm supposed to be recording my answer, and my friend is going to come into the station booth with me right now, and I'm going to tell you what they think. They haven't told me. And what they did tell me is that Burning Man is a collection of people as well, as it is a collection, as every city is a collection of people outside of Burning Man. And you come here, an extrovert like I am, and a utopist, expecting everyone to love the fuck out of you, and it just doesn't happen. And then you find yourself riding out into the deep fucking black, what they call deep playa, trying to figure out if it all makes sense. You do dumb shit like look at the stars and wait for a message, and cycle a little further and wait for a message, and you don't really hear one. But eventually you do. Sometimes you do. From people. People tell you these messages. And I'll be very insulted if you turn off my fucking recording now or you stop listening. But anyways, the messages that people tell you are the things that, besides the cheesy ones like, hey man, these are the moments, man. Besides that fucking dumb shit, they say shit to you like, I was afraid too. Or, yeah, it's been my 10th bird and I've never ridden out to the deep cloud. Or, you know what, the stars are there, but there's all these LED lights and all these people and all this organic, what seems more human-made. And you don't need to look up at the stars because there's all this real activity. It's a little more relatable. And that's when you suddenly realize, yeah, that's relatable. Fuck the stars. I don't know what's out there. I'm recording a message.
Too.
I don't really know who this goes out to, but there were 3 questions, and one of them was, what do they not tell you about Burning Man?
What did they not tell you?
What I think some people did tell me, and I'm repeating right now, sorry, is that not everyone is going to be your best friend.
Oh yeah, no.
No one, yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized the most important part about that is that there are so many that are your best friends too. Right?
Our camp is so dope.
Our camp is dope. There's a lot of good people out there. I mean, I think they're honestly really looking forward to like hanging out with me after Burning Man's done.
I know, right?
Hear them.
You know, I found now in both of my trips here to Black Rock that if you're meant to be here, you'll be here, and sometimes being here requires that you overcome a few obstacles to demonstrate your resolve, because being out here requires a little bit of gumption in order to thrive in the desert environment, and so a lot of ways the event tests you before you ever get here. And once you can show that you can move through these challenges with compassion and understanding and love for the people whom you're going through them with, suddenly the event opens itself up for you and you come out here to Black Rock and discover what you were meant to find.
Hey, it's my name is Jay. My name is Jay, who I would want to bring here to Burning Man, that is. Well, I would say Nikola Tesla, maybe. It would be interesting to have him take a look around and get his opinion. Try to wonder if it's everything that he was hoping and expecting, even though there's still so much more. Or if he would damn the whole thing and say that we're wasting our time out here. I don't know. I think it would be kind of awkward. I don't know much about the man. I know he was extremely introverted. I know that there's controversy between him and Edison about him stealing his ideas or whatnot, but I'm just not that informed on the subject matter. I just know that the guy was a very passionate human being, and Edison was a very commercial human being. Yeah, so the whole thing through his eyes. Could he possibly come up with something right there on the spot because of all the fruitful kind of imagery and work and everything that inspires you out here? Or would he just be freaked out and just be like, what? I expected this to bring in the next, the future, the spacemen, but here all you guys are just getting fucked up and partying. I don't know. I think he would see a little bit of both. I think he would definitely see, certainly all the advancements we've made, all the progress from any kind of original ideas based on electricity, and marvel in that. I mean, there's no doubt. There's so much creativity out here that you couldn't possibly, neglect to admire it. But I do think he would also have some resentment. I think he would look around you and he would see, like the escapism. I don't know. Maybe he'll see the kind of ridiculousness that all these people have to find a way to congregate once a year because everywhere else is kind of difficult to handle. So you can just find one place just to be you for a little while. Kind of sucks that the whole world can't be like that forever, I don't know. He would be a cool guy. I especially would like to get him fucked up on LSD. Now that would be something.
Hello, everybody out there. I just want you to know Jesus' sister is talking, and you're all good in the hood.
My name is Erin. This is my third burn, who I'd most like to bring to Burning Man. Someday my daughter, now because she's a kid and it's too much for me. But I want her to experience all the acceptance and love that I have experienced out here.
Our 2016 time capsule. It was funny. I was like noting as we were listening to all these recordings together that in the intro I said these lines that I wrote down here, and I thought it wasn't going to be that, but it's exactly that. I said that this show is typically a profound conversation with incredibly fascinating and passionate burners doing amazing shit, interjected with various interludes of snark and just the right amount of hippie bullshit. And then often, but not always, topped off by some fat beats to which one might shake one's booty. I said that in the intro, and then as I'm listening to this, I'm like, wow, it's actually that. It's just that it's like a bunch of different voices and a bunch of different people in a bunch of different times and places, but it's like, it is that exact thing actually happened in today's show. Wow, it was like I'm a professional photographer in my day job, and I do mostly like portraits and stuff, and but I shoot events professionally. But when I shoot events, I don't see them as like events that I'm documenting. I see them as a portrait of an entity that happens to have all these other moving parts. Every person is like a different organ of the entity, or red blood cells or whatever, right? I feel like today's episode did that. It was a portrait of Burner. It was pretty fucking amazing. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me on this one. This next episode won't be as weird a one, I swear. In fact, it's going to be our annual pre-playa planner, the soundtrack to your road trip to Burning Man 2024. That's what's going to be next. Back to normal. Maybe for the next few. Who knows? Who knows? I can't predict anything. If you like this episode, please do share it with 3 friends. Just shoot them a text. Maybe you thought you might have heard their voice. Text them and just be like, yo, is that you at minute 43? And yeah, leave a review and stuff on iTunes or whatever platform you're listening to this on. We're on so many different ones. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear listeners. Thanks to you, we're in the top 5% of podcasts globally, is what I've learned through listen notes. In the coming month or so, we'll be stepping up our Patreon presence if you so feel called to support the show in that particular way. All those links and stuff will be over at burnerpodcast.com when we get around to it. Burner Podcast is produced by a revolving editorial team based in various cities. This particular episode exists because of too many people to name who contributed to Cabina Exuro's journey to Burning Man 2016. Of course, shout out to Ramiro, Tori Massie, Navjeet Sarna, Roehr, Sam Godar, Amber Rose, Paul McCarthy, Arthur Roehr, Joseph Plummer, just among many, many other people. And Denise Lozano, who was our dear friend and really an MVP burner community member who contributed greatly to building Cabina Exuro. It was, I got to see some of your photos as we were digging through these. Denise, who passed recently. I miss you, Denise. You were such a rock for so many of us. Our executive producer is Patrick Dillon Riley. The Burner Podcast theme music is America's Horse with No Name remix. It is produced by Joe Man out in Austin, Texas. Until next time, love, light, and all that other crap. We'll see you in the dust.
The story is told of a river that flowed, made me sad to think it was dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
burnerpodcast.com.